what they're best at. That's what they're known for. I'm not sure what made them decide to want to do an MMO. And I'm not saying that the game is bad. I'm not saying that by any means. There is a lot of good stuff in this game, and the game has... That's not for me. The game has a lot of potential. It really does. But the problem is that the people who are going to be playing this game long term are going to be your MMO players, are going to be your endgame players, and your PvPers, and your PvEers, and people who care about endgame progression, and people who care about, and people who care about, like I said, player versus player, people who care about beating the endgame content and getting those server first, and getting stuff like that and making progression on their server. People like that are the people that are going to be playing this game long term. And the people who aren't going to be playing it are the people that are just... I'm stunned. People who are just here for the story. People who are just here because they played Knights of the Old Republic 1 and they played Knights of the Old Republic 2, and they want to know what's happening in the story. And sometimes I hate to say it, but I almost just wish they'd have came out with a Knights of the Old Republic 3. And I bet that would have been the most epic game of all time if BioWare had made it and done it right. It would have been astounding. And I'd probably be doing a Let's Play of that game instead of this one. But, like I said, not that the game is bad. The game is really good and it has a lot of potential. It just needs more polishing, and it needs more populated servers. Enemy reinforcements arriving. Alright, I'm jumping in. Leroy Jenkins. I mean, I just can't stress enough how boring it is. Oh shit. Oh shit. Pop my defensive cooldowns. And I'm dead. Crap. Alright, they can do it without me. It'll be alright. They got this. Yeah, they got this. But yeah, as I was saying, the problem is those people that are, oh no, don't die, don't die, no, don't need 2 deaths. The people, oh, come on, Mapui, you got this. You got this. Take him to kill him. Knock him dead. There you go. Calling in a medical probe. But yeah, the people that are just coming to play for the story, they're gonna play the few classes that they really wanted to see, and they're gonna I think they're really gonna kind of realize, hey, this really isn't the Knights of the Old Republic 3 that I was really hoping for. This really isn't that game that I was really hoping for. In your opinion, is there enough endgame to keep an ex-hardcore WoW player raider / PvP? No. That's my honest opinion. The answer to that is no. And I hate to say it, but at least, like I said, I'm playing on a high population server now, so I'm really... Oh, companion. Oops.
Good to stretch the old legs.
Sorry. On a high population server, the PvP might be a lot more fun, because there's no cross-server player versus player. So if you're on a low population server and you're trying to play a PvP game, then you're in a queue. If you're doing 50s, because originally everything was unbracketed. Everything was unbracketed, and once you hit level 10, you played 10 to level cap. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And it really was. And then with a later patch, when there were enough 50s on the servers, they made it so that they made it so that the 50s were in their own bracket, which was a good thing because 50s were definitely in a league of their own with gear and whatnot, and it wasn't fun for people who weren't level 50 to try to go up against people who were level 50. So with that said, but there's no cross-server PvP at all, and there's no cross-server dungeon finder either, like there is in WoW, where, you know, if you're trying to level up and you're trying to do a dungeon, you know, and it pulls people from, you know, your same what is it called, war group? Is that what it's called? I can't remember. Your own battle group, the group of servers that are all tied together for when you do PvP and stuff like that. Kill this champion here real quick. I don't have any taunts. That guy's gonna die. He's gonna die. Oop, get out of the AoE. Oh, he didn't make it. Cutting him down. There we go. Where's the guy? Where is he at? Oh, there he is. I'm gonna go revive him. Yeah, I think for hardcore players... What? This guy dropped crafting material? Ugh. All this work for him to drop crafting material. Alright, I'm gonna QT. Whoops. Gotta type correctly. Yeah, but like I said, there's only right now there's only 3 raids. And if you're in a good group, I mean, if you're in a bad group and it takes you a long time to clear anything, that's bad. I don't want to hate on my own I don't want to hate on my own guild in any way, shape, or form. But the group I played with, the group of people that I raid with, because the 2 separate independent working groups that we have in our guild that both raid on different nights and on different teams, because the Old Republic still has lockouts. So once you do a raid, you can only do a raid once a week. So the way it works for lockouts, and I'll go ahead and explain lockouts real quick before I get back to my original point, was that lockouts are in 2 tiers for each of the raids. You have normal mode, and it's on its own lockout, and then hard mode and nightmare share the same lockout. And I mean, which makes sense because they both drop the same tier of gear. So that makes sense. They both drop the same tier of gear in the first 2 raids, so they're on the same lockout. So before patch 1.2, you had 4 raids. You could do normal mode, Eternity Vault, or normal mode, Karagas Palace, and then you could either do hard and nightmare mode of Eternity Vault and hard and nightmare mode of KP. So there's only 4 things you could do. And if you were good at what you did, then you got them done in an hour, and it was done and over with. And if you had all the gear you needed, that you needed, then it didn't matter, because you didn't need to do the normal modes of Eternity Vault and Karagas Palace because you had all the gear from it. So it didn't make sense for you to do it again, because it was just a waste of your time. There wasn't anything in the raid that you needed.
Lord Titonus' invasion has been stopped.
And Lord Titonus herself slain.
But what I was saying
Word is
about
already spreading
my
across
guilds, we had
Common
two
Castle.
separate groups, and one of
I'll
the
never be
groups
able to
got
prove
assembled
Lord
before
Dratham
our
is
group
behind the
did,
transmissions
and
that
we
allowed their
were,
invasion.
I don't want to toot our own
But it
horn,
doesn't
but we
matter.
were a pretty
Everyone
decent
who
group of
matters
players,
knows the
and
truth.
we
And
excelled
Dratham
quickly.
is already losing
And so we
influence
started out by
and
doing
followers.
normal modes of Eternity Vault and KP, and we started clearing them out quick. And then we had those on farm. So then we had our whole
I must take my leave of you.
need to pick an option.
You've
We
done something amazing today.
we had those first two on farm. And then so once we were getting all the gear that we needed, different piece of gear. What do we got here? So that one has higher strength. No, it doesn't. That one does. How's my guy look in it? I don't know. I still like the way my guy looks better. I still like the way my guy looks better. But we excelled quickly, and we got through that. And we were actually, because I don't know how WoW does. Well, they have achievements, which I really wish this game had. I really wish this game had achievements, because I'm a huge achievement whore, and I know it. And I would really like to be able to have a static number that I could display in game, and other people could look at my guy and say, "Oh, this guy, he's done all this stuff in this game." That's so awesome. It doesn't exist yet.
Out there? I wish it were in my head, but I know it's real. Please excuse me. It's these long nights excavating relics near the Dark Temple. I'm Major Swain Lothar, Imperial Reclamation Service. My team uncovered several significant artifacts at a nearby dig. That's when things started going wrong.
You reek of fear.
I lead dig teams. That's all I'm trained for. First, it was strange noises from the temple, then figures lurking nearby. My team didn't like it, but I told them to push on. Now their day's overdue, and I owe a report to Lord Duan. But I can't go out there. I need someone to find them, make sure the artifacts make it.
Nothing gets under my skin.
Wish I could say the same for myself. My team's still in those caves. Whatever's happened, please bring those relics to Lord Duan. He's overseeing a small camp by the Dark Temple.
Alright. Quest by myself. I'll go do this one real quick. But yeah, take it. I hate to say it, because I really do enjoy the story content and other stuff that this game has to offer, and all of that's a lot of fun. But if you're not here because you enjoy the story, and you're not here for the big things that BioWare is known for, having that story element and having, you know, those moments when you're playing your character and you're like, wow, I can't believe that just happened. You know, those moments are what make this game special. But if you're just a hardcore endgame content player, and this game's not for you, because if you're I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my own words here. If you're a player versus environment progression person, then, you know, and you're with a good group, you get that stuff done early, then you're bored, and you're just waiting for the next patch to come out. And that's where my guild is. We've got all the stuff, we're getting the gear. It's just not fun. There's only 2 nights a week that I log into either one of my level 50 characters. I don't even know what I'm doing on this quest. Be the Archaeologist Hollow Pad. Am I waiting for it to pop back up? What am I doing here? Oh, here it's blinking.
I've only a moment to rest. Those things from the Dark Temple are attacking again. Jez thinks they're drawn to the artifacts. I bet he's right. They went berserk the second we packed everything up to leave. It's time to make a stand. If those crazies want our relics, they'll have to kill us first.
Cover the Sith relic.